Hey folks, happy Thursday and welcome to our market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and make sure you check out episode 30 of the Max Afterburner podcast. It's on Stitcher, iHeart, Apple Podcast, iTunes, all the podcasting platforms, called Every Drop of Blood. I debrief the recent Supreme Court decisions on abortion and the Second Amendment, and as you can imagine, they're probably pretty emotional, but they shouldn't be, right? If it comes down to law, the law shouldn't care about your feelings. Matter of fact, that's exactly why we have stuff written down. So make sure you go and check that out when you get a chance. What an awesome week. And I love saying that. What an awesome week. Look at that. Just what an absolute shit show of a week. But today, we debriefed in our weekly debrief and accelerated retirement 2 trades that I covered live this week, both bearish put spreads on the S&P 500. The one that I covered Tuesday in our primary live trade brief right here, this one right here, let me pull it up. Men lie, trades don't. We looked at Tuesday morning, look at this. We looked at the 3,800, 3,750 bear put spread at about $12. When we were in the brief, it was at 24. It's made $12 in, what's that, 2.5, 3 days? 12 times 5 contracts is $6,000. If you placed this bear put spread as briefed Tuesday morning, you are up $6,000. And then what happened yesterday in our accelerated retirement brief? I said, if you closed that one already for the $6,000, look at this one. And we looked at the 3,750, 3,700 bear put spread, which guess what? By today's brief was up $3,000. 2 trades on the S&P 500 this week, up $9,000. With 2 trades this week, I essentially paid for, if you took the offer 2 weeks ago, the 60% discount of our lifetime membership was $10,000. With 2 trades this week, you could have potentially made $9,000. I love weeks like this, folks. This is why I'm an options instructor, because showing you how you can potentially print money as the market goes down puts a massive smile on my face. It sucks when the market's going down and people who don't know what they're doing are getting destroyed. That's half of me. Half of me says that sucks and I feel bad for people. The other half of me says, good. You deserve it. If you do not know what you're doing, you deserve to lose every penny. Now, that's my inner Gordon Gekko talking. I don't like that guy. I really don't like that guy. I like the guy on the other side, the Wiz, who likes teaching people how you could potentially profit as the market goes down. Absolutely had a blast this week. It was awesome. And we got lower to go, man. We absolutely have lower to go. The macroeconomic data coming out this week aren't good. Pelosi, close enough. Powell saying, you know what, I think recession might be okay. It's acceptable because we have to combat inflation. Folks, if you've been listening to me for the past year and a half, God bless you. But for the past year and a half, I said what? 2 years. Stop cutting interest rates. You have to start raising interest rates right now today and stop with this QE. Stop. Jerome Powell is not only the arsonist, but now he's trying to turn into the firefighter. We called this, I've been calling this for a year and a half straight, folks, 2 years. You got to raise rates now, get this thing under control. We didn't. Democrats spending like drunken sailors, and I know a little bit about a drunken sailor, and now we all just kind of stand around going, oh, it's the Putin inflation, the Putin price hike. Just lies. It's a disgrace. The GDP numbers aren't good. The wages numbers aren't good. Nothing is good out there, folks. Nothing is good. Consumer spending slowing down. Just an absolute shit show, but we predicted this. I told you Joe Biden's sophomore year would be a shit show, train wreck, recession. I nailed it. Bear market. That's the other thing I said, which I guess is my definition of a shit show in the market. Told you there'd be a bear market. I told you there'd be a recession, Joe Biden's sophomore year, and we're in it. And it's going to get worse. The only thing that's going to pull us out of this nosedive is a potential peace deal in Ukraine, which just ain't going to happen anytime soon. Adding Finland and Sweden to NATO. Did Do you think that's going to calm tensions or inflame them? You figure it out. So peace in Ukraine ain't coming anytime soon. And, the Fed's not changing course anytime soon. I think the Fed meeting coming up in July, I think we get a 75 basis point increase, maybe a 50 in the fall, followed by a 25 at the end of the year. But it's getting ugly. This is really, really getting ugly. And then just obviously everything going on in the country here. People just can't take losing, can they? I don't care how you feel about abortion. I really don't care how you feel about abortion, but law is one thing. It's not guaranteed constitutional right. It was a right invented out of thin air. If you want it to be a right, God forbid we have to engage in what this republic was founded on, the democratic process. You want something to be a right? Convince people to be on your side and get it passed and put it in there. Otherwise, it's not in there. It's really black and white. Now, I get this can be a very emotional issue, but that's why the Constitution exists, for emotional times. When in doubt, break glass in case of emergency and read the damn instructions. If you don't like the instructions, change them and change them democratically, not with 9 unelected judges. That just makes no sense to me. Pelosi receiving communion at the Vatican yesterday. You guys know me. I was a recovering Catholic. Now I'm just not even. I'm done essentially being a Catholic. I'm SBNR. I'm spiritual but not religious. But this woman receiving, trust me, I've seen it. God loves everybody. God loves Nancy Pelosi. God loves me. God loves you. God loves one of the most incredible moments in my healing recently was that awareness, right? God loves the person you hate the same as you, right? You might be frothing at the mouth and Vladimir Putin this, and I think he is evil. I think he should be arrested, tried for war crimes, and if found guilty, executed. But God loves that man just as much as he loves you. That's just for a lot of you, that's just the strangest concept in the world. But that's how wars start. Look at our Civil War. Dude in the South, God is on our side. Dude in the North, God is on our side. God, in that case, wasn't on anybody's side, even though God technically is on everybody's side, right? But this just kind of made my skin crawl. The Catholic Church is a joke. It's all about the money. If you were a Kennedy and you gave him 50 to 100 grand, you got your marriage annulled. And the church just doesn't want any of this, right? But if you're an organization that has rules, but you're going to break those rules, you're really not an organization anymore with any sort of value. So it cracks me up. Me, I believe communion, the Lord, first of all, communion is a psychedelic experience. The book that you have to read is The Immortality Key. Write that down. You want to find out what communion's all about? I'll tell you what, I won't tell you. Write this down. You need to do some research about where communion actually comes from, and it'll blow your mind. All right. That took a weird tangent. I got to get going. $9,000 this week on 2 bearish trades. Could have been yours if you were here at Top Gun Options, and I would have paid essentially for your 60% discount into lifetime membership, which is gone. I'm still getting a random email like, hey, man, can I get that deal? No. Midnight on that last Friday was when that 60% discount expired, and I essentially paid for it this week. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fights on, and namaste.